I think the youth movement from the Lions is really cool, and I also think their ability to step up in these big spots on these primetime games. You know, the crew that called that Monday, that week one kickoff game was obviously Tirico and Collinsworth, but it was in primetime with all eyes watching, and they came in there in a very hostile environment in Arrowhead with the championship banners being raised, and they found a way to win. It wasn't graceful. They used a pick six from Brian Branch to really lift them off, and they held on at the end. Last year, they went into Arrowhead in a situation where Rodgers obviously, not Arrowhead, Lambeau, where Rodgers had all things to win and the Lions had nothing to win. They just wanted pride and to be able to kick off their offseason, and they found a way to win. They're going another road trip into Lambeau here. Like, this is becoming a thing where we're not just this young upstart team. We're this young upstart team that becomes road warriors, and we can do this, and we can bring this show on the road. If the Lions stack another win in Lambeau, 2 in their last 4 games, whatever it is, it's like, we're not some fluke. We're not some... I think what is impressive is if they have these injuries, and yes, Green Bay's banged up too. Tom Pelissero did a great job listing basically a CVS receipt of injuries that the Packers have. But the Lions are injured too. They're coming in here less than whole. And I think if they can come in there and impose their will, and Ben Johnson can do another razzle-dazzle on national TV in Lambeau, I think we're legitimately talking about the Lions as the NFC North leaders and the team that is really the ones in the lead dog seat. So I think, to me, what ultimately decides this, being able to pack your bags, go into that hostile environment, and do it yet again, and it's really a foreshadowing of what could be to come, because you're going to at some point have to probably go into San Francisco, Philly, maybe even Dallas or one of these other big dogs. So to me, it's road team, on the road, we don't care, we'll play anywhere. And I think that's kind of the Dan Campbell mentality.
I can't stand those CVS receipts.
It
makes me not want to put my phone number in.
It's just coming up. But right now, like, Brad Holmes has the receipt of everybody during the draft that was just killing him. They're drafting running back in the first round. They're drafting an old school middle linebacker in the first round. What the hell are the Lions doing? And so far this year, the rookies have just shown up and shown out. Those two guys, Jahmyr Gibbs, you're talking about Jack Campbell, and you have Laporta in there, Brian Branch, who you just mentioned had a pick 6 in week 1. These are their first and second round draft picks. They maneuvered throughout the draft, moved down, draft to get Gibbs, and ended up bringing in Laporta, one of those draft picks that they got. So they did an excellent job. And this is a team that we keep calling. They did on this young upstart team, and they just added more talent to it. Jack Campbell got his first start last week, added his first sack. Jahmyr Gibbs averaged almost 5 yards a carry in his first start. These guys are out there playing really good football, and it's fascinating to watch, because you watched the Lions last year, and it was a team where you were like, wow, these young kids, they're just not afraid of anything. They don't understand the moment. They don't care. And they're just going out there and they're just playing football. And that's the fun thing about when you have a youth movement on a team. And now you're adding rookies to guys like Aiden Hutchinson or Kirby Joseph that were out there last year, and they're talking about it. They're going through it. And to your point, they show up at Lambeau. They don't give a darn about a cheesehead or anything else that's gone on in the past. They're going out there and they're trying to play ball, and they're going out there to make plays. So I think them playing on primetime is going to be a ton of fun. A lot of these kids went to good colleges, are used to being in these big moments. I'm fascinated. And Brad Holmes is going to be up in the box with a long receipt right next to him, just waiting for the camera to go up and just stretching it all the way
Remember his
out.
reaction when Gibbs was there.
Oh, my God.
That's it. You prefer when they spin the iPad around and let you email the receipt and you tap that thing? I think I'd rather have the receipt than that damn iPad.
How about
80%
when they spin it around and say tip? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, do you want 70% or 80% or 100%? How about 0? I don't know. I just bought some toothpaste. What am I tipping for? Peter, do you think maybe Sandler could go, too, and they'd have Chuck and Larry, from I Now Pronounce You? Let's put you on the spot. Peter, is Kevin James Chuck or is he Larry?
Kevin James is Larry.
That's right, Peter!
Yeah,
he knows his stuff.
Firefighters, if you will. Yeah.
That's right. Jessica Biel shows up. It's all kinds of fun. Some names that you might not be familiar with. We might need a game tonight from another one from Samori Toure, from our guy Malik Heath. What's really cool about the Packers trying to go 3-1 is it's been held together with leather and rivets on offense. It's Devontae Adams ain't there, guys. Jordy Nelson is not there. Christian Watson is not there. Now, Tom says he thinks he's going to play tonight. I think this comes down to the Packers have enough offense. It's been really, really interesting the way and creative they've done it. They have not had a rusher go over 55 yards. They have not had a receiver go over 86 yards. That receiver was a running back in week 1. Last week, Jordan Love was their leading rusher with 39, and this isn't a comeback win. I don't really know how they're doing it, and they're just kind of waiting. Like, Aaron Jones, you're the centerpiece, and Christian Watson, you're supposed to be the superstar. I think they're back tonight. Now, we're hearing pitch count and all that stuff with Watson. Let's remember, we remember the end of the Packers season for they blew it and couldn't beat Detroit at the end. Do not forget that Christian Watson was one of the top 10 playmakers in the league in the last 2 months of the season. Every single time you turn it on, he would have like a 70-yard touchdown. He was lightning in a bottle. I think it makes a big difference for them. And the reason I'm excited for this game is that whoever wins this game is sitting at 3-1. They're probably going to make the playoffs. They're probably going in. So you have either Detroit in the playoffs, which almost never happens, or you have year one of Jordan Love in the playoffs, which is an incredible story, one of the best stories in the league. 3-1, you're almost definitely getting in, especially when half your own division is 0-3. So this is a big one tonight, guys. This is not just your Thursday night filler. I think whoever wins tonight, we are going to see in January playing a playoff game. That's very cool.
Do you find yourself still having to say the Jordan Love Packers? Like, I read it at the top of the show. It's almost like you have to have that differentiation still. Like, I wonder
I'm ready.
I wonder when it's going to drop away and it just becomes the Packers and Jordan Love is their quarterback. Now I still have to say it just to make sure I believe it, Jordan Love Packers. The one name that continues to be out, he'll miss his third straight game, is David Bakhtiari, and that is not great for Jordan Love. And it's mostly not great because Aiden Hutchinson just arrived on the scene last week. Was held sackless in his first 2 games. Then he had 2 at home last week against the Falcons, and one was met with a fantastic celebration in the end zone. And some of his teammates tried to participate, and Aiden Hutchinson's like, no, this is a solo stage moment for me. It was 2 at home, and that's all well and good. But another time that Aiden Hutchinson had 2 sacks in a game was in that Week 18 game that Peter referenced last year in Lambeau. He went in on a primetime Sunday night game. This young man is not afraid of the spotlight. He thrives in it seems like, and he sacked Aaron Rodgers 2 times in that game. He could care less about the moment, the pressure, the whatever. He's getting after guys. And we're seeing, we always hear sophomore slump, second-year issues, whatever. We're not seeing it. Aiden Hutchinson looks like he's been shot out of a cannon once again to start this season, and that should be a cause for concern for the Packers' offensive line.
He could blow up this whole thing.
He could.
He could. I mean, their defense has been really good. They held that Falcons offense that everyone was raving about to 3 points last week. They absolutely, the Packers receivers, just to put you guys on a little bit of...
What do you got?
I'm going to name some names. Tell me if you think they're real or they're fake, okay?
All right.
So you mentioned Toure, right?
Yeah, Samar Toure.
What about this? Jonathan Wilcox. Real or fake?
I think
real.
that's fake. That's
I'm
fake.
going fake.
Okay, it's fake. Sorry, I heard that. Dontavian Wicks.
That's
I think I've heard of Dontavian
That's
Wicks.
Wicks, that's real.
Wicks?
That's real. He's going to be playing tonight.
John's brother?
Yeah,
Right.
John Wicks. All right, 2 more, and then I swear we're done here.
Go on.
Credence Thompson.
No.
The revival? That's what they call him?
Clearwater Revival?
I'll say it's
Yes.
real. I want Credence Thompson.
Real.
No.
You want real?
Yeah.
Real. Not real. Last one. Jaden Reed.
How are you just making these up?
Jaden Reed.
Scoring touchdowns, baby.
Jaden Reed is that's a fake name, though.
It's real. These are the receivers that Jordan Love is throwing to.
Let's go, J-Love.
Dontavian Wicks. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Peter from? Where's Dontavian?
Yeah, Dontavian.
Virginia.
Oh.
Where's Credence from? Probably in the South, right?
South.
What's his last name
Bayou.
again? Credence what?
Credence Thompson.